So we are filming another episode of what to order at that kind of restaurant. And we're gonna be ordering at an American style food restaurant. We decided we would probably go the route of choosing a chain restaurant that a lot of people typically go to. So it might be something like TGI Fridays or Applebee's or Chili's. We decided to go to Applebee's because that's the closest to our house. And we're gonna talk about how to make the best out of those kinds of situations when you're eating at that restaurant and ordering American food. I used to be terrified of that. In these types of situations, I mean, really when you're ordering at any kind of restaurant, the first thing that you can do is head to your computer, head to Google, and look for nutrition information, insert whatever restaurant it is that you're going to. So I'm just gonna go and check to see if Applebee's has their nutrition information online, and we'll see what we come up with. Oh, look, it has like all of them up here. You can like go through just the calories and just see what, I'm sure if you click on it, maybe it'll go to what, nope. But when you scroll down, here is a PDF with Applebee's nutrition information. So I'm gonna click that, pulls up a PDF, and this is a full PDF with all of the Applebee's nutrition information. So here are the appetizers. We can choose between the appetizers. We're gonna have total fat here, total calories, total carbs, and total protein. So we can look, depending on what you're looking to achieve, if you're looking for something that's higher carbs, something that's higher fat, something that's lower fat, lower protein, whatever it is that you're looking for, they've got all the information here, including sodium, fiber, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to sift through the PDF and beforehand, so it's gonna help me make my decision for what I'm going to order.
What I usually end up getting is something like chicken and veggies, steak and veggies, or fajitas, like chicken fajitas or something like that.
Just so everybody knows, as I'm looking at this information right here, because let's see what Michael would have wanted to order. He would have wanted to order nachos. And I would just like to give you the nutrition information at Applebee's on their neighborhood nachos. It sounds really friendly, right? It's just like the neighborhood nachos, you know? Like
it's like homemade.
It's like homemade, you know?
It's
just the neighborhood nachos, like just having the neighborhood nachos. They're actually 2,030 calories, 130 grams of fat, 127 grams of carbohydrates, and 86 grams of protein.
Damn. Obviously, no one's eating an entire thing of well, most people aren't eating the whole thing of nachos themselves, but that's like a typical appetizer. And there goes like half or a third of your entire day's worth of macronutrients if you're tracking. So,
I mean, for most people, if you only having half, it's half or a third of your entire day. Oh, if you're having the whole thing, it could be more than your entire day, depending on who you are. You know, for me, that's more than my entire day.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I'm on the salad section of this PDF and I'm thinking, you know, I want to keep things a little bit lower in carb. Maybe I'll split a salad with Michael and then we'll split another dish. We like to go half-half sometimes. He orders something, I order something, and we split. I'm looking at the salads thinking, you know, maybe he'll get something higher carb. I'll choose a salad that's lower carb. And I absolutely love like an Oriental chicken salad. But it's really interesting that you might think a salad is a healthy choice. When you're looking here at the PDF, the Oriental chicken salad with grilled chicken, not crispy chicken, is 1,310 calories. It's 84 grams of fat. It's 93 grams of carbs and 51 grams of protein. I would never have guessed that a salad was going to be that much. I mean, if you look at some other things on the menu, that could be as much as like a grilled chicken sandwich. And a lot of people are choosing the salad instead of the grilled chicken sandwich, trying to choose a healthier option or maybe a lower calorie option when, truth be known, it might be actual more calories to get the salad if you get it as is. So a couple tricks that you can do when you're ordering the salad would be things like getting the dressing on the side or choosing a different kind of dressing. I'm assuming a lot of the carbohydrates in the Oriental chicken salad are gonna come from the, the wontons that come on top. So those wontons on top are gonna be a lot of carbs. There might also be like some mandarin oranges. So you can get those on the side and then just put as much as you want instead of having it loaded with the wontons and the mandarin oranges on top. And that can also reduce the amount of carbs and reduce the amount of fat that's in the meal.
I like my salads to have at least 2,000 calories. How do I actually feel about a 1,300 calorie salad? It seems like a big waste to me. I would rather much more protein and some veggies of some sort rather than just like getting all of those calories from just oil.
I'm looking at my options for what I'm gonna order at Applebee's, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go for something that's a little bit moderate in fat, carbs, and protein. I have a good bit of all of them available, and I'm looking for something that's not gonna be crazy high calorie, something that's not gonna make a huge dent into my day, but it's also gonna be delicious and mindful. So what I've seen looking through the list, which is awesome that I had the opportunity to look through this list. Like most chain restaurants will have stuff like this. This one even has the information is good as of May 28th, 2018, all the way through to September 2nd, 2018. So you know it's accurate. I really appreciate that Applebee's has done this. Shout out to Applebee's. But I'm going to order this cedar salmon with maple mustard glaze. It does say that the choice of side is not included. So I'm gonna go to the side section of the PDF and see what my options are there. And the cedar salmon is going to be 350 calories. It doesn't include the side, so just keep that in mind. It's gonna have 10 grams of fat, it has 28 grams of carbs, and it's going to have 37 grams of protein. And I'm assuming that a lot of those carbohydrates are going to come from that maple mustard glaze. So I'm just going to see if I can get that on the side, and that can definitely help me reduce the carb count in that dish. Hi Kyle, can I place an order to go? I'm gonna get that the cedar salmon with the mustard maple glaze.
You got it. You get 2 sides with that.
Let's do the fire grilled veggies with only the residual oil, I guess, or the garlic butter. And then can I also get the steamed broccoli on the side? Okay, awesome, thank you. So I called. He had absolutely no problem with any of the adjustments that I asked for. I actually did feel a little bit uncomfortable asking. I think I even still feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know if you could tell when you're watching that phone call, but it makes you kind of feel like you're being a burden, but he was so friendly, and I think if you're really friendly, that generally people are going to reciprocate that. So I asked for the salmon to get the mustard glaze on the side, just so I could see if that's where the carbs are coming from, which that was totally fine. It came with 2 different sides, and when I'm looking at the sides, I see a bunch of different options on the PDF, and I can see that the fire grilled veggies has 12 grams of fat, which is totally okay. I just wanted to know how they were cooking the vegetables, and he told me that they're pre-packaged and prepped in the kitchen, and they're already in bags where they put this, I think it was like a garlic thyme butter in the veggies already before they just get put on the grill. So I asked if that meant that they can't take the butter out of it, and he explained to me so much about how the vegetables are made when I called ahead of time, and he said that he asked if it was an allergy issue or if it was just a dislike. I told him that it was a calorie thing and I was looking to, be on top of my nutrition, and he was like, oh, we can totally I think he said 86. Is that like a normal thing to say?
No clue.
He said we could 86 the butter. So he was totally cool with just having the fire grilled veggies with no butter. And then I asked for the steamed broccoli. He even then let me know that the steamed broccoli was cooked with butter just to be sure that that's what I wanted, because he understood it from the request before. Told him that was fine, because I can see on the PDF that's actually 8 grams of fat, which is totally cool. So my total meal should come to somewhere around 20 grams of fat for the whole meal, and that's totally perfect for me right now. We are at Applebee's, and we're gonna pick up my cedar salmon and my steamed veggies on the side. My name's Adee, actually.
What is it?
Adee.
Adee? Yeah, I wouldn't have been in.
Right. You'd be like, how to spell that? Is it short for something?
Thank y'all very much.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Fun fact, everyone in my family has interesting names. I have a brother, his name is Ziv, Z-I-V. My sister, her name actually means joy. My brother's name means joy. My sister's name is Shir, S-H-I-R. Her name means song. And my mom's name is Naama, the most difficult, N-A-A-M-A, Naama. And my dad's name is Danny.
So we're back from Applebee's. Here's our food. So we asked them to leave off the butter from these veggies right here. And as far as we can tell, they did that. It's relatively dry. These we kept the same, and here we have the salmon. At a lot of places in the nutrition facts, it'll tell you how much the meats weigh, and so a lot of times it makes sense to weigh your meat once you get home from the restaurant, just to make sure it matches up, to make sure you're entering in the right facts. Applebee's doesn't give you the grams or the ounces of meat, so there's really no reason for us to weigh this meal.
It also, if we, let's say we ordered a pretty simple meal at Applebee's, so if we just didn't want to go off the nutrition information at Applebee's at all, we really have just a cooked piece of salmon here, broccoli, and veggies, so we could just input this separately into our tracking app if we wanted. If we're sitting at the restaurant and you're going to eat there beforehand and you're not gonna have access to weigh your meat on a scale, then it's definitely worth calling, like we had called ahead of time ourselves, and just asking them how much those meat. I remember him talking about how he had the veggies pre-portioned, so it probably means that they have most of their food pre-portioned out, so they know, the quality of the food that they're giving out, and probably part of their budgeting is how much meat they're giving in each entree. So it's something that they probably have access to, or to be able to ask the kitchen for that information. So this is just one example of something that you can order at an American food restaurant or a chain restaurant in America. The one we chose was Applebee's. We have an infographic that you guys can check out that has tons of different options of many other different restaurants like TGI Fridays and Chili's, and things that you can order there that can help you stay on top of your nutrition goals and still have a delicious meal and be social with your friends.
If you want help tracking a certain type of food or a restaurant, leave it in the comments below and maybe we'll make a video about it. Peace.